So first of all, if you are allergic to hearing things like vagina, like breast, like nipples, like anything to do with visuals or being a lady, you can just start stepping up, because this topic is going to be gross. And because I'm going to be realistic and talk about everything that there is to be while pregnant, what to expect, what people will not tell you. You know, when you're pregnant, people will tell you that I have nausea, I have things like heartburn, tiredness, shortness of breath. Nobody will tell you that sometimes saliva, there will be a large amount of saliva in your mouth. You have to pee from one time to the other. You have to eat now and then. One time you are full, and the other second you feel like you can eat someone or eat a monster. Or it's like just gross. Anyway, so I haven't introduced myself, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome again. If you are a new subscriber, so thank you so much for subscribing. Stay tuned. I hope you stay as long as you can on this video, because this is very interesting. These things nobody will tell you. You know, people will tell you things that are just here, but deep down, when someone tells you like, I love being pregnant, I am happy being pregnant, pregnancy is amazing. Pregnancy is not just a bed of roses. Pregnancy is not just a bed of roses. And I'm saying this out of experience. I am now a mother of a son. So I am a mommy. Yes. So let's get straight to the video, and I hope that you have subscribed and give me a like on this video. Just give me a like. Just take 1 second, just a thumbs up. Give me a like on this video and we are good to go. So one thing about pregnancy is that you're never yourself. In fact, if you get to meet someone that is pregnant and they talk shit to you, or they just do some things that don't make sense, leave them alone, because they're never themselves. That is the thing that nobody will tell you for free. And then the other thing is that you get fat. You add weight. I don't know where I think it's hormones. For example, me, I am just a 1 month, almost 2 month mom right now, and you see I'm still chubby and all that. My body is ambiguous. But anyway, it's a good thing to be pregnant. It's just that don't expect everything to just go like you want. It never happened. Never happened. The other thing is that I think someone gets to grow fat because we eat a lot. When you're pregnant, remember you're eating for two, so they eat a lot. They just tend to eat a lot. 1 minute you're like, I feel full, and then next minute you feel like, or you have eaten and then something else just passes by, and that smell, you just follow it and you'll eat. you'll you eat till you can't eat no more, so you tend to get fat. And then sometimes one gets to eat a lot of junky food, of which that is not medically recommended. Oh, by the way, I am not a medical student. I'm not a gynecologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I am just talking this out of experience. I'm going to tell you everything that there is out of my experience. And because I have stayed for a while in the maternity ward, so I have had some stories with different moms. So I'm going to tell you everything. So make sure you're giving me a like. Just one like. Just tap like. Anyway, and then something that gets in my nerve is just you just need to pee every single minute. Or sometimes you feel like you need to pee, and then you go to pee and nothing, nada, no pee. So you need to be very, how do we call this, hydrated. You drink a lot of water, so which is a good thing. Peeing a lot is good because you just release the waste in your body and everything, you know. It's very advisable. Take a lot of water because you're going to pee a lot. If you're not going to pee a lot, there's the other side, you know, the poop side, the anal side, the side. So if you're not peeing a lot, you might start getting constipated, where you just try to pass through and it's which is not good, especially if you're going through a high term risk pregnancy. It's not good. So if you're getting constipated and you have problems, you have some some what do I call them, not contradictions, but some problems, just go to your gyne, or yes, just your gyne. Don't just take medicine anyhowly, by the way, when you're pregnant. It is very important. Don't take any medicine, no, abego, especially the first trimester. Don't just take anything you feel like. Don't administer medicine on your own. Go to a gynecologist or a medically approved person to give you some medication or administrations. And then the other thing is that the boobs enlarge. So they somehow just get to be juicy, you know? Yes. Oh my god. So if you have small breasts, small boobs, and you feel like, how am I going to do this? Don't worry, time will come. Time will come. Like now, wow. So the boobs tend to be just, at first they just enlarge, and the bra size that you have always admired just gets to feel, you get me? But after some time, the boobs start getting painful, engorged, something like that. And then the other thing is that the nipples begin to be extremely dark. So if you are a light person or something like that, you had light nipples or something like that, they start darkening. The glands from on your boobs also start getting something. I don't know how to explain this, but they start getting something like pimples, which is very disgusting. But anyway, it is important because you'll need them to feed your baby. You get me? Yeah. Anyway. And then the other thing, because your body is enlarging, sometimes massively, sometimes your breast also start getting stretch marks because they are just, your body too is enlarging. Your belly start begin looking like a map or something, because stretch marks are all over. People that haven't got stretch marks before, because like me, I never had stretch marks, so right now I look like a map or something. You can just navigate through and get to the Amazon or something. So bad. But I mean, it's motherhood. Not everything is just a bed of roses anyway. And then the other thing is, you just begin to hate some people. You could just hate people naturally or love them extremely. Like in my time, I loved my mom. Aki nilikuwa nasikia like every day, if my mom hasn't called me, or she was away from me, or I just needed to hear her voice and I would be okay, even if I was nervous or something. And if I stay for too long without hearing her talk, or just her being around me, there's just a feeling, sijui ni explain aje, but yeah. And then you could also hate someone to an extent I don't want to see you. I don't want to give you my story of how I hated somebody, but it's not good. Just understand pregnant women. It's not us. I mean, hormonal changes and all that, blah, 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 blah. So if you're hating someone extremely, someone that you might have loved, and if you're married, some people just hate their husband. They don't want to see them or something like that. So I've heard from some women, which is normal. And then the other thing, that nobody gets to tell you this, you're always wet down there. You're always wet. So if you think you're getting pregnant, or you just no, you just knew that you're pregnant or something, just begin to buying some, what do I call them, the panty liners or something like that, because you're going to be so uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just disgusting, gross. I'm sorry if I'm using dirty language, but it is what it is, right? If you're not having some subchorionic bleedings or hematomas or something, and your pregnancy is normal, just know that your unders just begin to, the discharge begins to be so much, because I mean you produce so much down there on the vagina. And then the other thing is that you get heartburns. Mostly some people will get heartburns. Mostly the people that have breech pregnancy, they tend to get a lot of gas, a lot of heartburn, and it's very, very, very uncomfortable. The other thing you don't know is that someone, even if you never snored, by the way, you start snoring, which is very, I don't know how to call it, but very normal. Mostly it depends with them. The positioning of you and your belly, or how you sleep. Mostly it is advisable to sleep on your left. That way you don't get to kufinyilia your inners, your in stomach. I don't know what I'm saying, but I know you understand. And then it also helps with the baby receiving good amount of oxygen or something like that, and the baby also gets to play well. The kicks, you just feeling them, start feeling them. Another thing about kicks, it's not always you just feel and you just enjoy the feeling of, oh, baby's kicking, oh, baby's kicking. My friend, sometimes it hurts. It hurts. Sometimes it hurts. And still people want to get pregnant. I mean, anyway, after the pregnancy, seeing your baby, it's a mutual feeling. It's amazing. Yeah. Although Pia, it's not a bed of roses. You don't just get a baby and you just, some other things like breastfeeding and other things, which I'll talk maybe in the next video. TMI, Mazi. Why? It's a warning. Don't worry. And then the other thing is, almost everything stinks. You almost smell everything that you smell. It's just disgusting, which is normal. Not to everyone. Like, si kila mtu feel hiyo kitu. But to me, like, cleanliness of highest order. Sometimes I just wanted to be clean, and sometimes you just feel like you want to see everything everywhere. The moods are changing now and then. Sometimes you don't want to talk to anybody, you just want to be alone, and someone comes to talk to you. At that time they see just fire. Wahala, I beg. You have to also be clean, because sometimes you feel like you're smelling, and other times you don't feel like taking bath, but you have to, because cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, I'm telling you these things because nobody will tell you. You think everybody, they take shower every day. I beg. Sometimes you just don't feel like touching that water. You don't feel it. Anyway, it's good to be clean. And remember, I'm not telling you this as a guy or a medical student or something like that. Just it's not a bed of roses to be pregnant, but it's good. It feels amazing to be pregnant, and after seeing your baby, the mutual feeling that just comes from within is woo, yeah. Yeah. The other thing, your legs tend to start swelling. Mostly if you stay like your legs hanging. So if your legs start to get that tender or something, I think you should also talk to your gyne. And then sometimes they just feel like they're getting long. You just wear that shoe that you love most and haiku fit. It's not. So I think they just get to get long, and then the edema thing, they just get to be fat or something like that. So what I used to do with that is I used to uplift my legs and not stay while my legs are hanging mostly. So just put your legs there and they will not swell so much, right? Sometimes you at the beginning of my pregnancy, I felt like I think some months, the third month or the fourth month hapo, you feel like a ball in your stomach, and the ball is just discomforting. I mean, you're told it's, you know, the baby hasn't grown fully or developed fully or something like that, no. So you just feel a ball. Sometimes it just moves and moves and moves vigorously, which disturbs, and sometimes it's painful. So yeah, so that's it. Oh my goodness, I don't want this video to be long. Oh, I don't know what I haven't talked about. Tiredness, the hip pains. I guess the hip pain is because the hips somehow broaden, because like the first time I didn't have big hips, maybe, but sahi, I think they broaden or something like that, because I don't know what happens, but they begin to broaden, and then also at the middle of the legs, you feel like as if unavutana. That is towards the end of that trimester, as the body starts to prepare itself to let out, to giving birth, right? I know you understand me. So that's how you feel it. If I'm saying you understand it, that is to the people that have been pregnant before, that are experiencing this right now. So I'm just here to tell you that it's normal. It's normal, right? It's normal. Just enjoy it and wait for that baby, that angel. So I think I've talked about most of the things. Some people may have nausea or vomit or none, which is normal. Others will have saliva full in their mouth that they have to spit every minute, spit every minute. Sometimes utaona a pregnant lady with a kachupa just spitting. It's normal. Don't get disgusted by these women. I mean, it's a stage. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and continue subscribing and liking this video so that more people will know that it's normal whatever they're going through. And let's get to converse on the comment section. Let me know if you're going through this, if you have gone through this, or what is that one thing that nobody will tell you that I haven't mentioned on the comment section. So till next time, bye.